So we're here to talk a bit about business models and why they're foundational to the work we do at TDI. Business models give us the real context, but also they're the design mechanism by which we can work with enterprises to come up with really fabulous ways of making the world a better place. Isaac, tell us, what is a business model?
Essentially, a business model is the rationale behind how your company makes money. So it's, you serve a customer, you do some activities behind the scenes, they pay you an amount, you've spent an amount on costs, and it's understanding how that leads you to have a surplus or a profit at the end of it.
Could you give us some examples of the kinds of business models you've worked with, or you explain?
Sure. Think of any successful company that you've heard of, or any company that's sort of emerged out of nowhere in the last 10 years. Generally speaking, they will have been successful based on a very clever business model. So I use examples like iTunes. iTunes essentially changed the way we buy music. We don't go to stores and buy physical CDs, now we can buy songs online. Or things like how we don't go to video stores, we use streaming services, or how we don't buy coffee in huge bags of beans, we buy little pods that we put in Nespresso machines. Those are all sort of examples of where a business model has changed how a consumer buys a product.
So Isaac, how's a business model different to strategy?
A business model involves your strategy, but it's a much clearer articulation as to how all the parts of your business work together for success. So it's around the customer side of things, so what you sell, why people buy from you. It then leads into what has to happen behind the scenes and who you're going to partner with, what resources you need, and then it talks about your financials. So it's not a complex balance sheet or a P&L or anything like that. It's just the bare basics of this is how we earn money and this is how we spend our money.
So why do we need one? This business model thing, why is it so important to us?
Think of it this way, how could you operate without one? Every business plan out there has a business model at the heart of it. The problem is it can get weighed down by unnecessary detail. When we talk about a business model, we talk about something that can fit on one page. So something that's really clear and concise and that you can talk about amongst your team and you can put to an investor and you can talk about with your partners. And ultimately, you need to have that clarity about how all the parts of your business work together.